Hi guys, thought I'd do something a bit different tonight. There will be points where you won't see me because where I'm walking. First, before I say anything, if you're not sure what you want to see me other videos, and you're not sure how to get there, just type in Christian in Beijing Hall.com. I think it's that way. I can't bloody remember now. So a Christian in Beijing or Christian at Beijing, one of the two. I should really look at that. Anyway, yeah, and then just push that subscribe button and tickle that like button. Alright, now I've got that boring bit over. Yeah, so I thought I'd talk about food and weight. Yeah. Especially some of you guys will have noticed that over the years I've been here, my weight has fluctuated a lot. When we first came here, I was over. Seeing the picture, I can see I was overweight. I was around. I don't know what it was, but I think about 106, 107 kilograms. And then in the first month of being here, I lost quite a bit of weight. I dropped down to about 98 kilograms. And there are some pictures somewhere of me where you can see I've lost a lot of weight. I look quite good. And that was down to shock factor, stress factor, and not really liking anything to eat here. Where we lived was very cut, sort of on the edge of Beijing, very more rural. It wasn't in the city centre or anything, and it wasn't easy, and it took a while, especially the first bit. I barely ate, nor did Yvonne, and then it just took a while to find something that we liked, because it was just weird food here. Anyway, and then kind of just to keep me on top of it, I started jogging again. It was okay. I managed to keep it up for a little while. But I could only do it for so long because it was on the road, and I have osteoarthritis in the ankle, so I can't run on the road too much. And also just didn't really have much time getting up early, I think like 5 o'clock, 7 days a week, just rushing around all the time. So just all that, and then over time, slowly when you start finding stuff, you start to eat more, you start to build up, you get a bit fatter. And the frustrating thing is you do end up eating a lot of rice. Some of the rice here are a bit questionable. They have been known for fake rice. And the joke is, I actually train more, I exercise more now than I did in England. Not in the days when I was doing like weightlifting and sort of marathon running, but certainly in the last couple of years that I was in England, I've never walked this much. I average between, I'll certainly minimum I'll do a day 20,000 steps a day, but I'll quite often I'll hit 30,000 steps a day, maybe a couple times a week. So, which in England I never did anywhere near that. I'd get in my car, drive to work, get in my lorry, obviously driving all day, apart from the bits where you're delivering bread to the shop. Drive back to the yard, get in my car, drive to the gym, drive home. So it wasn't that much walking, and yet I controlled my weight better than I can here. It is very, very hard to keep the weight down, and me and Yvonne have struggled with it. And it turns out we're not the only one. A lot of foreigners have the same problem. Not all. I know some foreigners do okay, but there is a lot of foreigners that really do struggle with the weight here, and it's definitely due with the food. We're not used to it. A lot of the food is very oily. Me personally, and even Yvonne, it's very hard to find non-greasy food, and it's a lot of food is weird. Not as bad as some places in China, as in weirder stuff, but yeah. Someone said to me before I went that that Chinese food here not the same as what we have in England. It's so true. But yeah, so what was I saying? I couldn't go to the gym because I couldn't afford it until about 2018 was the first year I managed to go training. So started weight training. Obviously it puts your weight up a bit, and obviously over time started finding places where we can go to eat, including Western food and that. So yeah, weight started going up, and then obviously jump forward to 2020, Corona, the virus hits, and I can imagine, like many people, I piled on the weight, and I rocketed up to, I think I tipped the scales at 118 kilograms at one point. Wasn't comfortable. Just sitting down, I would be breathing a lot. Just hurting on my joints and that. Started walking a lot because we were off for 6 months, so we used to go for very long walks during the night, like midnight. Take 2 or 3 hours to walk, because we used to do like 20,000 steps, sometimes 30,000, and I think the longest I did was 40,000. That in one go. That hurt, by the way. That really hurt my legs. I was in pain by the end of it. I didn't do that one again. But yeah, so yeah, it's. And then I think by then I just didn't like the way I was feeling. My head was in the right place to go on a diet. I don't normally do diets because I can't stick to them. But I did this one. I went on to Herbalife, normally against the rules of me doing that, because I don't like liquid diets, because yes, you lose your weight quickly, but you pile it on quickly as well because you're eating liquids. Now, with this I did, breakfast and dinner liquid, but then with a couple of bananas in there, had always put fruit in there, and then for lunch would be a proper meal. Lost weight, stuck to it a couple of months, dropped down from 117 straight down to 103 kilograms. Felt massively better. Suddenly was a lot fitter. I think because I was still doing exercise at a heavy weight, all of a sudden I've now dropped that weight. I could run around a lot better. I was running around with the kids all the time. It was so much easier. And I kind of just came off it. I think I lost the momentum for it. I lost that drive. And so I kind of came off it. But it was alright, because I was running around with the kids. Managed to keep it off for a while, but slowly and surely, especially as I've come off that to food again, started creeping up again. Also, I was training in the gym hard, so that didn't help. That kind of bulked up the weight. So I sort of weight was fluctuating up and down, and then I'd say this year my weight has really gone up again. I realised I sort of crept up to 115. Went back on Herbalife. Did get it down to 110, but my head wasn't in it. There was a lot of problems going on. My boss had messed up my visa for me, and that took a couple of months to sort out. At one point I nearly got kicked out of the country because of that. And the worst thing was, Yvonne's had finally finished with uni, so she was supposed to be coming onto my visa as a what do you call it? My wife, but no, there's another word for it. So we were both in trouble. So there's a lot of stress. I actually lost more weight because I didn't actually eat for a couple of days, which is unusual for me. It takes a lot for me to not eat. I actually dropped down even further. I dropped down to 106 kilograms. But yeah, so I've sort of started eating again. Things have sorted out now. I've got my visa, so it's all okay. But yeah, we just my head's, I have gone back training, but it's still hard. I can't do Herbalife anymore. But my weight has gone up and it's fluctuating. So I am on the treadmill running, because running is the only thing I've ever been able to do that control my weight. Only on the treadmill though. I've had to buy some proper shoes and support for my knee, because even on the treadmill, I'm heavy, so it's a lot of impact. So yeah, but this place is not good for you. I think the thing is, in England, I cooked and ate a lot more different stuff. Here, because there's a lot of stuff we don't like, yes, there is a lot of varieties. It's easy to get hold of food, but it's also limited at the same time, because there's a lot of stuff we don't like, or it's spicy as hell, which Yvonne's alright with, but I'm not. So yeah, not good. Anyway guys, I've bored you too long. Have a good one. Look after yourself. Cheers.